some team news first of all. Willian and Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson, we believe that he is going to be okay for the match. As I said to you, was nothing really so serious. He didn't feel well the night before the match. The match day he was okay, but was something in his stomach, and we knew that after 1 or 2 days, of course, he lost some energy. He wasn't feel well, but this morning he worked with the team, and he is good and will be in conditions to be involved in the match. William will be more difficult. Of course, we have the session tomorrow. We have to assess him again, but will be more difficult to be available. All the other players, apart from Mitro, as you know, and they are going to be available.
I've just been listening to Pep Guardiola's press conference, which is on right now, and I was quite surprised that he had a recovery session after Wednesday, and then today he's given the players a day off. Does that surprise you ahead of
No. I think he's firstly is something not new, normal. You recover after the day after the match, and after you give the day off, and after they have the session. I think it's not something new. It's something that we can do, or day off after the match, or you can recover the players after the match, and after the next day you give the day off. Not surprising.
You managed to frustrate City. It could have been a 1-1 draw if it wasn't for that last-minute penalty. How much have you taken from that? The fact that Mitrovic wasn't available for that match either.
Yes.
Has that been part of the motivation and team talk for this game?
No, we normally don't use as a motivation if we did without one player or the other. All the players they know the plan. All the players they are important for us. I understand the importance of some of them when they are available. We are stronger if you have all of them available, but we are not using. You can use that game in certain aspects, and you are going to use firstly to analyze and to show the player something that the positives that we took in some moments. Of course, as you know, the way we lost the game was a bit harsh for us in the last minute of the game, but we are going to use, but not in the way you said.
I've got to ask you about Haaland, who's just been astronomical. As a fan of football, it must just be wonderful to watch him, obviously not when he's playing against you. And his link up with Kevin De Bruyne as well, who may be a doubt, we're not sure yet. But how much has he impressed you, and how are you going to go about trying to stop him?
We have to try to stop the Man City team. That is, to be honest, we know, of course, we understand your question, and he's being so many goals that he already scored. He's being that top man target for them to finish all the moments that they create. But the reality, they have so many ways to create for him, and that is difficult to stop. And when I say that it's difficult to stop, was not just Haaland, because if he's not Haaland, will be another one. I think last game that they played, they were winning clear, and Haaland just scored in the last minutes of the game one goal. And you mentioned one player that probably in his position is one of the best, if not the best in this country. That is De Bruyne. That probably is one of the most important players for them. And you cannot just focus on a player. I understand the main target, the striker, and the big guy there that with a lot of quality, space, his capacity to score, but all the other players around, the two wingers that they are going to play, with De Bruyne behind him, is always a threat, and the quality in any moment of the game. Let's see what will be the other midfielder, if will be Rudiger playing as an offensive midfielder as well. He's a player with capacity to arrive in the box and to score goals as well. So many individual players for us to look at. We prefer to look in a different way, to look for their, in a collective way, that they are strong, one of the best teams in the world, if not the best, and clear the best team in this competition.
And just finally for me, how does it feel that this could have a bearing on the title race? Do you have many Arsenal fans who've been getting in touch with you, asking you to do them a favour?
No, this is not important for us. We look for ourselves. Of course, we want to go for the match thinking that you can achieve a good result, and thinking that you can get points for us, and to make our fans proud. Nothing more is not important. What the other clubs they think or not could be a good chance for City to lose points. We want to do it for ourselves and for our fans.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Yes, Mark. So, when you reflect on that defeat to Villa in midweek, why do you think the attacking area wasn't working as it should have done?
Two different halves. As I said after the match, too shy the first half, not at the level that we should have played. Clear, too much respect for Villa. It's nice when you respect your opponent, make you to be focused, but cannot hide you for the game. And was clear first half when we didn't perform and we didn't express ourselves in the way we should have been doing. So far, one of the characteristics from our team, I think all of you agree that most of all the games this season so far, we have been showing the personality and the courage to play in any team against in any stadium against any team in more or less in the same way. And that first half was not really at our standards. Second half different and must be different, of course. Much more aggressive on the ball, off the ball. I think we control all the game. We didn't give many for Villa playing away from home, but I agree with you. Our third attack decisions was not at the level that should be. Our players in the attack line, they were not in a very good evening. Can happen as well. You arrive with the ball in certain areas, but after the end product was not at the level it should be at this level, at Premier League level. Of course, it's not excuse, but we are talking about. Before the match, as you know, our top goal scorer was not there. In the warm-up, we lost one player. 10 minutes of the game, we lost another winger. We lost three. We were without three players really important for us in the attack line. Two of the players that we lost, one in the warm-up, 10 minutes of the game, they were probably the decisive players in the last two wins for us as well. And of course, as you know, for a club like us, always make a huge impact. That type of situation is not an excuse, but is, I think, answer a little bit to you. Of course, it's unfair to compare. It's not good to compare. But imagine a team like City and the bunch they have without Haaland, De Bruyne, and can choose another winger that is there as well. Of course, they are not going to be the same team. They are going to fight in the same way to be champion in Premier League. They are going to fight for Champions League as well, but they are going to be slightly different. Of course, I'm here to find solutions and to understand really why the things happen, to make the players to understand. But of course, the two injuries plus the situation of our striker right now, Mitro, of course, create a different scenario for us. But even so, it's not an excuse. You should have created more when you have the possession and we arrive in certain areas with the ball. Our players, they should do that better. And of course, for me to give the right instructions for him to improve for the next games.
I believe the Everton result last night meant you were definitely not going to go down, and that didn't look like it was on the cards anyway. But is there an aspect that the team could play with freedom in these final weeks of the season? Obviously tough games against Man City and Liverpool coming up, but is there a change in the pressure, or is that too simple?
Of course, mathematically yesterday was a day, but to be honest with you, of course we felt that from last February when we achieved the 42 points 2 weeks ago. Of course, for us it was almost clear that it is going to happen. You have been really positive from the first games of the season. That is something that was in our hands, and we have to fight really hard for that. But first, I have to say that should be an amazing feeling for the Fulham Football Club fans. Should be. The season is being really, really good. It's been great. Of course, with the up and downs, that is part of a process for a club like us. But right now, with more 6 games to play, and I have to say that the last month and a half for us, be out of that fight and to be looking for different positions, to fight for different positions as well. Everyone in this football club should be proud of the people that believe really in ourselves and what we are able to do. They have to be proud. And now, as always, we have to play with ambition to get more points.
You said that you think Man City are the best team in the country, and you mentioned the depth that they've got. They're still competing for 3 trophies. Do you think they're able to win all 3?
I don't know, and it's different competitions, of course, as you know. They have the quality to do it, to fight for it, I think. But as you know, Premier League is really tough. Now games coming thick and fast, and all the games that they were postponed in in certain moments of the season, and now you have to play in a row. Of course, they have 2 more games to play in Champions League as well, and of course will be tough. It's more a problem for Pep than for me, of course, but if you ask me in terms of quality, if I feel that they have the quality to fight for all the titles, I feel that they have right now. That was my opinion in the beginning of the season too.
Thanks.